Change. Change. You can decide. When you go home, you can decide to do a budget today. Get out a yellow pad or go free budget online, everydollar.com. You can decide today. I'm going to start managing money well. Today. Today.
Dave Ramsey has helped thousands of people break free from the clutches of poverty and become extremely wealthy people. What people may not realize is that he's big on collecting data. What data, you ask? I'm glad you asked, because I've done some research on my own and I found some shocking things. It turns out there are 25 things that poor people waste money on. I want to share this with you today so you can avoid spending on these things and finally become rich. And it all starts with this.
Can't afford it. You can't afford it. You can't afford it. If you didn't pay for the item 100% in cash on the spot, you can't afford it.
Number 1. Impulse purchases. Does this sound familiar to you? It's so easy now to spend money, but unfortunately, most of the money spent is through credit cards and money you don't have. And just as Dave says here, one of the pitfalls of poor people is that they spend money they don't have on impulse purchases. But it's quite easy to avoid this. One of the best methods for this is to put items you think you want on hold for some time. If you feel like buying a new pair of shoes, wait at least a day and see how you feel about them. It's likely your desire to buy them will go away and you'll have saved yourself $60. Number 2. Unused gym memberships. Let's face it, you bought a gym membership with good intentions, but now you're losing money every single month and you haven't lifted a single weight. It's about as easy to cancel a gym membership as it is to get one. So if you have unused memberships, then go cancel them right now. But before you do that, you'll want to listen to this.
Hard-earned money.
Number 3. Late payment fees. Did you know that late payment fees alone cost Americans on average about $577 every year? Imagine what you could do with that extra money. The best part is that it's simple to do this. All you have to do is set up automatic bill payments, so you'll never miss a single bill again. Most banking services offer automatic bill setup, so get started today. Before you get caught paying late fees, remember this quote from Dave: "Your greatest asset is your paycheck." Number 4. Expensive coffee. Most of you love to have a nice, tasty cup of coffee in the morning. Even Dave Ramsey loves his coffee. There's really nothing that beats it. But depending on where you get your coffee, you may be more stressed and sadder than anything else. Why? Because coffee can be incredibly expensive. While the person holding a Starbucks cup may look wealthy, they probably spent over $5 on a cup of coffee that could be made at home for mere cents. Don't be like them and enjoy your cup of coffee in the comfort of your home and save your money.
I have to know that it is cheaper to make the exact same meal at home than it is at any restaurant.
Number 5. Excessive dining out. Well, Dave Ramsey said it. It's cheaper to make a meal at home than it is at any restaurant. But that doesn't mean that you need to stop eating out forever. What matters is that you're not spending more than you need to eat out. Cooking can feel very daunting, especially if you aren't very experienced. But it's not only a very fun hobby, but it'll cut your food costs down so much that you'll feel like you're getting paid double. There are tons of easy, quick, and simple recipes online that you can find with a quick Google search. Number 6. Cigarettes and tobacco. While the rate of tobacco use among Americans has dropped to 11%, some of you watching may be part of it. If you are part of it, seek help to quit, as it's one of the most expensive habits and it's bad for your health. It's normal to spend a couple of $100 or more a month just on cigarettes. If you were to put $200 a month into investments that grew a rate of 8% a year, or the market average, you would have made over $300,000 in 30 years. Let that sink in. Speaking of cigarettes, check this clip out.
And say, you know what? The credit card is the cigarette of the financial world.
Number 7. High-interest credit card debt. It's a bold statement from Dave Ramsey to say credit cards are the cigarettes of the financial world. But he's right. Debt, specifically credit card debt, does nothing but keep you stuck in a cycle of payments that keep you poor. To break free from these chains, it's absolutely necessary to pay off your credit card debts and stop using them after. If you don't have cash to buy an item, then you can't afford it. Fun can be bought with money, but happiness cannot. Happiness is long-term. Number 8. Bottled water. Bottled water is becoming a thing of the past, but a large portion of people still use it. It's understandable to have some on hand for emergencies, but it shouldn't be your go-to method for water consumption as it's unbelievably expensive, especially when compared to using your tap. The majority of you have drinkable water at home, so start using that tap for what it's for. Number 9. Paying for cable. I know that some people think cable is totally outdated and that no one has it anymore, but I've found some statistics that may shock you. Turns out that 48% of Americans still pay for cable. That's also 48% of Americans paying over $100 a month for TV and shows that they could pay so much less for if they got a streaming service instead. Don't be like this 48% and get rich by following in Dave Ramsey's footsteps and cutting cable. But that isn't the only expensive electronic. Check this out.
When they finance your cell phone into your phone bill, you don't think of it as debt.
Right, yeah.
And that's the great mystery of how they pulled that wool over our eyes. It's still debt.
Number 10. Expensive mobile phone plans. There are two components to a phone plan. The first is the plan itself, and the second is the phone. Make sure to keep watching because later in this video, I'll share insight into how phone plans are making you poor. Now, as Dave Ramsey said, paying for your phone through a contract plan is still a debt, so clearing it as quickly as possible is key to being financially free. Simply put, treat it as any other debt, and if you're using the debt snowball method made famous by Dave Ramsey, target it when it's your next debt to target and pay it off ASAP. Number 11. Brand name clothing. I haven't met many people who care about what brand of clothing I wear, and chances are it's the same for you. Brand name clothing is very expensive, and all clothes serve the same purpose: to wear over our bodies. So the only thing that really changes when you wear branded clothes is an occasional compliment and a ton of money out of your pocket that could have been put to better use. Number 12. Extended warranties. More and more items are coming with warranties and extended warranties. A lot of electronics fall into this category, but the sad part is it's often a way for a company to just make more money off you. Many electronics and things with extended warranties usually have their own warranties from the company. For example, a laptop provider, like Dell, can have its own 1-year warranty outside of the company you bought it from. So, do your research and avoid any warranties that extend unnecessarily. Number 13. Unused subscriptions. Dave Ramsey is not a fan of anything that goes to waste, and for good reason. Sadly, this generation is plunged headfirst into massive consumerism, and one of those hidden fees is subscriptions. Everyone seems to have several subscriptions to all sorts of networks. The problem is that you may even end up paying more than cable this way. The best way around this, and to only spend a little bit of money a month on subscriptions, is to pick one network and stick with it and rotate monthly.
People who have wealth starting from nothing, which is the majority of people who have wealth, they started from nothing. When interviewed and they asked them their decision-making paradigm, they said, I make decisions like career decisions or purchase decisions or investment decisions, not based on what will make me feel good Friday.
Number 14. Excessive alcohol consumption. Just because it feels good for one day doesn't mean it's a good choice. As Dave Ramsey said, fun can be bought with money, but happiness cannot. When it comes to alcohol, many people like to drink as a pastime and for enjoyment. While it's more than okay to do that, it can become a problem when it's eating away at your finances. If you find this is you, try and get your alcohol intake by half and see how big of a difference it'll make. Number 15. Convenience store snacks. I am guilty of having done this a lot. It's so easy to pop into a convenience store when you're filling up gas and leave with a bag of chips or a chocolate bar. These aren't massive expenses, but it chips away at your budget over the long run. Dave Ramsey clearly mentions that food is the number one thing that people struggle with budgeting, which is all the more reason to avoid these snacks.
Car leasing is the most expensive way on the planet to drive a vehicle. Leasing your car is the worst car financial deal out there.
Number 16. Excessive vehicle expenses. Yes, you may drive the nicest car in your neighborhood, but at what cost? Well, the cost, according to Dave Ramsey, is the biggest vehicle expense you can find. At the end of the day, a car gets you from place to place, so if it's reliable and used, it'll make your life a whole lot easier. Number 17. Fast fashion. It's called fast fashion for a reason. It goes away as quickly as it shows up. That includes your money as well. You may be trendy with this fashion, but you won't have a lot in your bank account. Instead, find pieces of clothing that are timeless and classics that can be worn with all sorts of new trends. Number 18. Unused gym equipment. It's normal to get a workout fever and want to buy some workout gear. The problem arises when you use it only for 1 week, then let it collect dust for years to come. So change your mindset. Instead of buying gear to inspire you to work out, buy gear to accompany your already existing workouts you've been doing for a while. If you already work out now, chances are you'll only continue more when you have gear. Number 19. Non-generic medications. You know how Dave Ramsey says live on rice and beans a lot? He usually means picking the cheapest option so you can get your finances in order. But this saying doesn't just apply to food. When you buy medication, make sure you get generic medications, as non-generic medications are highly expensive and give the same results. Number 20. Excessive data plans. One of the most prevalent things in today's society is the use of data. Some of you are probably watching this video with data, but here's the thing. How much data do you really need? If you're paying for 20 gigabytes of data, but only use 3 a month, then you're paying way more than you need to. Do a serious look over for your usage in the past several months and pick a cheaper plan with less data to save money every month. Number 21. Unused gift cards.
Hard-earned money.
If you have unused gift cards lying around, consider using them either as gifts for other people or use them yourself. Might as well take advantage of them, like buying a gift for a discount price for a loved one's birthday. Number 22. Unnecessary home decor. Do you really need that fake plant in the corner of your desk? What about that fancy frame that you think is cute? Chances are your home is beautiful as it is, and these decorations are just sucking up your money for no good reason. If you like decorating your home, then save money by creating your own or buying them used. Number 23. Impulse upgrades. It's normal to want to upgrade things that you don't need to. Dave Ramsey often rants about how people buy unnecessary things all the time, and it's true. We often upgrade things like phones, clothing, and even cars, but the current items we have are totally functional. If you want to break free from being poor, then only upgrade when you need to. Number 24. Unnecessary storage units. If you need to have a storage unit, then listen to this. You're probably paying close to $100 a month to store items that you'll likely never use in your life. In fact, you could make way more if you just sold the items and got rid of the unit. So why throw money away when you can make money and own less? Number 25. Expensive beauty treatments. Do you need a cream for under your eyes, your hand, your face, and your legs all separately? This is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to beauty treatments, but they all have one thing in common. They cost a lot of money. The truth is that you can enjoy these beauty treatments, but be realistic with your money. If you want to enjoy it, then fit it into your budget within reason. But if you're spending hundreds of dollars a month on creams and skincare, then maybe think twice about it.